What's up, guys? Matt Ehrenberg. Welcome to episode 6 of In the Groove. And as you saw in my last review on Paranoid, we're doing Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band by the Beatles. It was released June 1st, 1967, but before I go really into the main review, I want to tell you how much the Beatles mean to me. It all started with this, though. Sorry, John George. Alright, so it's like a little music box thing playing John Lennon's Imagine. My room was John Lennon, decorated with, his drawings for Julian and other son. It's awesome. Had it ever since I was a little baby. I love that song. You know, I made a playlist on Spotify, and that was number 1. It was the top 10 songs of all time, and that was number 1, imagine. But then we have all this Beatles memorabilia right here. I'll sneak down. If you look just above me, you can see all that cool stuff. I have 2 Sgt. Pepper lunch boxes up there. One of them I brought to school a lot. I thought I was the coolest. Alright, so back to the review. The biggest influence on this album was Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys, which was released in May of 1966. The songs are Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, With a Little Help from My Friends, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, Getting Better, Fixing a Hole, She's Leaving Home, Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite, Within You Without You, When I'm 64, Lovely Rita, Good Morning, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band Reprise, and A Day in the Life. I've memorized all the songs on this album in order. You know, I've memorized all the Beatles albums in order by year, but I'll do that in another episode when I have thinking about putting all my Beatles albums behind me if I can fit it. But mixed up, not doing it. But whatever. There was 3 songs on this album that were in the movie Yellow Submarine. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and what was the other one? When I'm 64. Okay, I couldn't find that. Now the lyrics are on the back of it, and Paul is facing backwards. I love that blue jacket. Now on to this album cover. Now this album cover has cardboard cutouts of all these famous people and unfamous people, and newly remastered vinyl that came with the Beatles box set of all their remastered albums on vinyl. Came with this little thing. Shows something, a picture, then about every song, and then this, which I love. It tells everybody on the cover, even people who were painted out. So a couple real famous people were Bob Dylan, he was on the cover, Marilyn Monroe, Lewis Carroll, he wrote Alice in Wonderland, Edgar Allan Poe, Shirley Temple, and Albert Einstein. And 2 people were painted out of the cover. One of them was supposed to be right there. He was painted out because he wanted a fee. And another one is supposed to be right around here, right around this little spot. And he was requested to be painted out by EMI. The record label or company, I'm not too sure. But as we pull the album out itself, I got this box set for Christmas, and I think I ate pancakes that morning because whenever I smell the record label, yes, I know that's weird, but I'm an awesome smeller. I love smelling! It smells like maple syrup. So I remember listening to this album the first day I got it on Christmas, and maybe with my maple syrup hands, I just got it on the label. I don't know why I would be touching the label, though. That's weird. But it smells like maple syrup. So, yeah, I mean, as you saw, I love the Beatles. They mean a lot to me. And this was a CD that my dad made for me when I was like 3. And like, I wanted to know a lot about the Beatles. So he put 25 songs on this one little CD called Matthew's Beatles CD. And 2 of them were on this album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and Good Morning, Good Morning. I love this CD. I mean, I still do. It's like all their hits put together on one. It's kind of like a greatest hits album. Kind of is. And then this book here, this is like the first Beatles book I ever read. And I did read every single Beatles book that I could get my hands onto. Like, I have about like 10 magazines upstairs on my bookshelf. My favorite one is like this one with all the interviews and stuff that shows what each of them said. And like, it shows about their personal life. But whatever. This book was amazing, and it's still amazing. But I looked at it so much that this happened. I know, right? I mean, it's all the way good up to Rubber Soul, which was just their 6th album. So, the other 7. Yeah. But, yeah, so, it's the Beatles. Most famous band ever. Probably the best band ever. No, definitely the best band ever. My favorite band ever. And this album was 72 on that prog rock magazine that I showed you in my Close to the Edge one, episode 1. If you haven't seen it, watch that. I had a prog rock magazine, and it had the top 100 prog rock albums of all time. And this was 72. A lot of people call this the first progressive rock album, and it's really, awesome. It's kind of the first psychedelic rock album, too. It's like another phase of the Beatles. Like, after Revolver came out, they just dropped the and all like the poppy stuff and went into, awesomeness. 2 favorite songs on this album, A Day in the Life and Getting Better. If you hear those, you really know what I'm talking about. 2 awesome songs. So, yeah, that's the Beatles for you. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And, be sure to check out my next review on, a very good progressive rock album, like this one. It's by the band UK. Don't know if you ever heard of them. Give you a lot of information on them, and it's their debut album, UK. So I'll see you next time on episode 7 of In the Groove, and rock on.